Same bottom line, same accountability, consequence met. Whole different way, the way you treat me. You're not you're not watching any TV till that homework's done. You understand me? No television till the homework's done. Wrong way. Feel free to watch television. That favorite show you like, feel free to watch that as soon as your homework's done. I still know that I can't watch TV till my homework's done. But you know what? You phrased it in a pretty positive way. And I know I have a choice. I know if I choose not to do my homework, I never will get to watch TV tonight. It may be a consequence I'm willing to pay. If you can back up a little and back off a little, you'll be surprised how much more I'll cooperate with you. Stop yelling at me. Stop screaming at me. We had a rule in the police department. When you pulled over a violator when they were speeding or they had a violation, you did one of two things. You either wrote them a ticket or you gave them a lecture and let them off with a warning. Now, here was the rule, see. If you were going to give them a ticket, you couldn't give them a warning, too. They didn't have to listen to a lecture because they're getting a ticket. If you're not going to give them a ticket, then they have to listen to the lecture because they're not getting a ticket. So they got to endure a lecture, but you can't do both. I'm convinced when it comes to parenting, especially the strong-willed, independent, spirited child, that we give way too few tickets. And we give way too many emotional warnings. How many times have I told you this? Do I have to tell you this one more time? Because I'll tell you what, didn't I say that this would happen? Why did you do this again? I'm not kidding. If you don't, write me the ticket. Just write me the ticket and could we move on? I did the wrong thing. I know that. Write me the ticket. I pay the fine. I might get another ticket a couple more times before I stop doing it. But stop yelling at me. The yelling has no effect whatsoever, except to alienate me. And you need a relationship with me as your strong-willed child. You need a relationship, because if you don't have a relationship that I want to keep and preserve with you, you've got no leverage. You've got nothing. I still remember with Michael, the strong-willed child that Mom wanted me to get. Mike, when he was only about 3, on our way home from church one Sunday, back in the back in their car seats, Mike's whacking and wailing on his brother, and I turned and I said, Michael, stop hitting your brother. And he said, I said, stop the car right now. We pulled the car over and I opened my door and I whipped open that van door and I took that little boy out and I stood him on the sidewalk and started to talk to him and he just fell apart. I'm sorry, Robert, and I'm sorry, Mommy, and I won't do it again. And I didn't have to do anything, really. He came up to me just a few months later after that incident, and he said, Mommy, I'm very mad with you. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I guess no snuggling tonight. Well, no, I'm very sad with you then. Back up. No, he doesn't want to give up that. See, if you don't have a relationship with your strong-willed child that they want to keep, you're lost. You've got to start back and get the relationship back before anything else will work. And part of doing that is communicating your authority in a way that shows respect and love, not dictatorship, not bossiness.
And that's where we need to end Cynthia Tobias's message for this episode of Focus on the Family. And she has shared some great content. I'm sure as a mom or a dad, you are appreciating it. I can almost hear the sigh of relief from folks who have interacted with Cynthia here, and we're going to have more of her wit and wisdom next time.
We will, John, and I really can relate to what Cynthia was saying there about how to approach that strong-willed child when they need to be punished, need a consequence perhaps. For that behavior that is inappropriate. We need to just write the ticket and move on. And I tell you, I have been sucked into more battles with one of my boys, and it's so easy to go there. You know, you start arguing and defending, and in fact, I think one of my boys is going to be a great lawyer someday because I feel like, you know, we're two attorneys going at it before some invisible judge. And he keeps saying, well, why? I remember one time we talked about a curfew time, and I said to him, you know, nothing good happens after that hour. And he said to me, what empirical data do you have to support that? And I'm going, wow, okay, well, let me do some research and I'll get back to you. But he's that data driven. And, you know, sometimes with those strong-willed children, when they're looking for, you know, back it up, buddy. that can be frustrating, and it can be really stretching your parenting skills. But Cynthia provides so many great insights on how to do it. Just write the ticket, like she said, walk away, don't engage in the battle, don't engage in the argument, because you really take yourself down to their level.
You do, and you feed the fuel that they're looking for, right? When you're angry, that seems like a strong-willed child just lives on that outburst of emotion. So we've found just calmly engaging once and then disengaging so sucks the life out of an argument. What, you're not going to argue with me?
Right.
Come on, Dad.
That's
No, I'm
so
not
true.
going to argue with you.
Well, yeah, just walk away. And I know that's easy to say sitting here in the studio, but it's another thing to actually be able to stay calm when your blood is boiling and you want to respond with emotion. Raising a strong-willed child can really wear you down. That's where support is important. Having a friend, call us here at Focus. We're here for you too. We can be that friend. It's especially true if you're that single parent or have a spouse who's deployed or who travels a lot. You're just trying to do this on your own so often. Here's a note we received from a single mom after we aired this program in 2011. She said, "Last night I was done. I couldn't take another day with my strong-willed 12-year-old son. I cried out to God and begged him to help me, then fell asleep with the radio on. At 5 o'clock this morning, I woke up to Cynthia's voice on Focus on the Family. I listened intently, then thanked God for answering my prayer through your program."
Oh, I love
Isn't
that.
that good?
That is tremendous.
Hey, let me just say that if you support this ministry financially, on behalf of this single-parent mom, thank you for helping us provide this radio show every day, like that mother so desperately needed. You are a big part of the work that is going on here to equip parents and to strengthen families that need help. And if you're not already supporting Focus on the Family, may I ask you to pray about becoming a monthly partner? That's the most effective way for you to stand with us to help families thrive. Gene and I do that. I think you and
We
Dina
do as
do
well,
that as
yes.
well. It's a wonderful way to keep our budgets even and kind of the dollars that we need to make everything happen. When you make a monthly pledge of any amount, we'll send you a copy of Cynthia's excellent book on strong-willed children. It's called You Can't Make Me, But I Can Be Persuaded. I love that title. Ask for a copy when you become a monthly partner with Focus on the Family today. And if you'd rather not make that monthly commitment, we'll get the book to you for a one-time gift of any amount. Just get in touch with us so that we can get the resource into your hands.
You can reach us by calling 1-800-A-FAMILY, 800-232-6459, or donate online and request the book, You Can't Make Me, But I Can Be Persuaded, at focusonthefamily.com/radio. While you're there, be sure to look for a free survey that we have to help identify your strengths and some growth areas as a parent. It's called The 7 Traits of a